Welcome back to the channel, everyone, and today we're going to be trying out a demo for a brand new game. I think the demo's been up for about a month now, but they have constantly been updating it. It's called Mine Mogul. So again, it's just telling you that it's not got a fully saved system, and this is why I've not played it up until now, because if it crashes, you lose all your progress. I think there is some sort of auto save they've actually added into there now, and same as usual. Was the keys to move, space to jump, tab inventory. Doesn't look like it's got any sort of key binds, not rebindable yet. So yeah, you've got to stick with the original controls. A little bit awkward for me with my hand problems, but we'll make through it. So let's start a brand new game. Again, I saw the trailer for the demo online, and it sort of got my interest. So let's give it a test out. Okay, so he's telling us to collect a pickaxe. I can see one here. Oh, okay. F to interact. Okay, let's take the pickaxe. What does it want us to do? It wants us to mine some iron ore. So I'm guessing this is going to be iron ore. Now, this has a sort of physics-based movement, so you don't have an inventory. So if I click on this, it doesn't put it in my inventory. So again, all it's doing is swinging with my axe if I try to click on it. So what you've got to do is use E and your cursor. So this doesn't last that long. You get it automated pretty soon, as far as I'm aware. And then E to drop, okay? Not the easiest controls, but again, I do like games that try something different. We need 5. Is that going to get the 3? It is. I would prefer this part to be on a mouse click. But again, early access games, demos, all that sort of stuff. Well, it's not even early access, it's just a demo. Okay, so now we're going to be buying a magnet. It's giving me a quest up on the top left to buy a magnet. So apparently they've changed this from when the start of the demo came out. Apparently it didn't have little tabs. It's now got tabs. And it's got these very, very sort of unusual hand-drawn symbols. So that's actually quite nice. I do like that. So £50 for the ore magnet. We've only got 69. There, purchase at the bottom. So we're down to 19, so we're not doing too good at the moment. And I'm guessing we've got to interact with this, yep. So is it keybinds? Yep, 1 and 2. Switching between the tools. Okay, so what does it want us to do? Mine, deposit ore. Brian. Okay, so let's break a couple of rocks down, and then we'll test out the magnet. So if this is the iron, this is going to have to be coal. Because looking on the top left, the colours. Let's get to our magnet. Right button. And it just pulls everything in. So now we haven't got to do it once at a time. We can do a big batch full at once. And then this is going to be our sell point. How do we lose some? Oh, left click, okay. So now we're up to 7 and 8. So if we can find another dark one, I think I'll get that one out the way first. So that looks like some more coal. So there's going to be the 2 pieces we're missing. And then we need a lot of iron. Which is this browny colour rock. Let's just quickly run round. I'll just do what the quest is asking me at the moment. So there is, I can see a tunnel down there to go and explore. Looks like there's something down the back here to explore. We'll get round to all that eventually. And then we'll just have a test. Okay, we got a little gemstone from that one. But we don't want to put that one in yet. I'm just going around collecting up all the rocks into one big pile. And then I'll figure a way out to get that, whatever that gemstone is, out of it. It's not asking me for gems at the moment. And as far as I'm aware, I think nothing sort of respawns at the moment. So let's put you down, and I want that little gemstone out of there. Just want to get that out, because it looks something special. We'll just keep them over here for the moment. Then I'm happy to do the magnet for everything else. And then we'll just see how close we are to the quest once all these go in. And it looks like we've managed to get enough. Okay, let's go back to the shop. It's asking us to buy an auto miner now. Hopefully I've got enough. And it's got the new tab up there. Yep, 500 for an auto miner. Let's purchase that. And now the next quest is telling us to get a load of coal and a load of iron. So anything you buy, you have to pick up from here. Don't like the interaction button on the F. It's a bit weird for an interaction button. But I can go on to number 3. Okay, so it tells me what resources. This is going to give me more iron than it's going to give me coal. But there's also a chance of getting crushed iron and gemstones. Diamonds, especially. What's this one got? This has a chance of doing emeralds, diamond, and a load of iron. But no copper. Sorry, no coal. Same there, about a 50-50 split. And that gives the majority is coal. Do want to go with the coal, but again, it will give me no iron. So I think I'm going to go for the nearest one. You seem to do a 50-50 split, roughly. So we'll put you down. So there's only one way these can go on. You can't rotate these. Now, if you look in the shop, we haven't got to do everything manual. Because if you go by transport, you can buy conveyor belts, and this is where this game becomes very interesting. It's sort of like one of these automated productions. I love these. I did a lot of it in Planet Crafter. So again, it's just putting everything on the floor at the moment until I can get a belt system. Now, we've only got 54, and each belt is 20. So I'm not going to get many belts until we can start getting some quests done. But I think I am going to start buying some. Okay, so you can plus it up there. We've got enough to purchase 2. Let's give our idea about how to do it. So let's get you up. We might as well just use the magnet. And if there is any gemstones, I do want to take them out. Because he did say there was a chance of gemstones. I'm just trying to get it inside. I'm not 100% certain if I prefer this over the usual inventory-based system. But something different. Now, I am tempted to just go around and clear up some of these nodes we've got. We've got quite a lot of nodes here, especially the coal stuff. Because we need a lot more of that. Just clear me a path, because if I want to put a belt network in here, I want enough space to be able to deal with it. I think there was some more coal up here, wasn't there? Are you mineable? No. Okay, and you don't look mineable. Couple of more nodes over, and then we'll run around with the magnet. It will get us some money, and then that will allow me to start purchasing some conveyor belts. Just get our work area a little tidier. I love being tidy in these games. Okay, let's go and use the magnet and go to the furthest ones first. We'll leave that part till last. So I should have some stuff around here to collect. Any more over this way? No, doesn't look like it. You can collect some of that on the way around. Just has that satisfying click sound as well when the rocks... okay, I've seen something green in there, so I don't want to put this in. I don't know how rare them gems are going to be at the moment, so we need to go back to our pickaxe to manipulate this, and I want to get that gem out. We do have sorters in the shop, I have seen. Let's keep you over there. Just make sure there's nothing else. No, I think the rest is all fine. Let that go down. And we can put the next load in. And how are we doing on our quest? We're already 16 on the one and 30 on the other, so I have collected a good amount of coal. So let you go down, which you have. And let's put the last batch in. And we're up to 230, so that's actually quite nice. That gives me some money for some more conveyors. There is another pile over here to collect. Now, there is going to be multiple processes. Because if you do look in the shop, let's just switch over and let's go and interact with the shop again. So you've got all the slopes and chutes and all the stuff you would expect from an automated game. We've got auto miners. You've got an ore analyzer so you can find out what ores are where. We've got an ore crusher. Crushes into smaller pieces. Fewer pieces crushed ores smelted into ingots are more effective. Then you can smelt ingots. And then you can polish ingots and gems. And then you can also roll ingots into plates. So we have a lot of processes and all locked at the moment. You look at the bottom of every quest. So if we do the iron quest, which we're nearly complete, it will give us the ore crusher. And if we do the coal one, it will give us access to the hammer, which is like a deconstruction item, and an ore analyzer. So these don't give it to us, it will just give us the ability to be able to purchase it. So we nearly finished the iron one. I do want to set up some belts. And I think I want to purchase some more belts. So I'm having a look. So I think I want to come directly across here. Because we know there's a couple of more over here where we can auto mine on. And I want to be able to have one belt coming in where I can do processes. So I'm going to need at least one corner and a boatload of straights. And I want to leave enough room in case we have to do any corners. Now, how do I purchase multiple? Ah, okay. Hold the shift and I can purchase multiple. I think I'll purchase 10 and one corner. That's most of my money gone. Let's just use all my money. I'm pretty certain I'll use these conveyors. So yeah, all my money gone. I'm down to about $2. Yeah, no ways of changing that at the moment to localized currency. It is something a lot of the games I'm spotting at the moment seem to be missing. There is another gemstone in there I can see. But this one looks different. And every time I move one, the next one comes in. Might be the same, it's a bit hard to tell. But let's go and get all this in. Okay, I might be at the limit because it's not allowing me to pick up anything else. And then that might get the quest done. It has. It's telling me to purchase an ore crusher and it's giving me 200. So how much is the ore crusher is the next thing I want to be going into. Only 200. So, purchase that. And I've got enough for 2 more conveyors. Let's spend all our money. And everything I'm purchasing, you'll see it's going on the op bar at the bottom. And I can rotate between them. So that's the ore crusher. So I'm just got to see where the things are coming in for. So there's an input second up. Ah, no, that's the output. And it looks like the input's above it. So I'm going to have to raise a belt. So in that case, let's send some more of this over. It is asking for crushed iron now. But because I want to get that coal quest completed, let some of that go down. We're up to 58 of the coal quest, so I'm happy with that. And it does look like iron's abundant, so I don't need to worry too much that I'm not crushing it yet. So let's start putting some belts down. I'm going to need some sort of angled one as well. That's why I wanted to sell some. So I'm going to need a slope conveyor. I think the one will do for the moment. So let's go to number 3, which is our straight. It's got a direction, so I'm just looking at all the things. R to rotate. So we're doing the line backwards at the moment. So we want the items to be going into this bin. And I want to sort of level up. I think I've got one more straight and then I'll have to go with a curved. Just making sure the belts are going in the right way. And once we've done this, I think you're one off. It might actually be easier to do it from this side. There's no dragon pull at the moment, so you have to put each belt down individual. I'm stuck on something. Nope, I lined that up perfect. So that will allow the coal to go through, but at the moment we need to do crushed. Now we have got the machine. So what was the size of this machine? And I'm thinking probably putting it somewhere around here. So how do I remove the belts? We can... Not certain. No, grab, interact. Yeah, pack it up. Let's pack up a couple because actually I'm going to need to put the slope in. Let's take 4 out and see if that gives us enough room to do what we need to. And do we just... Yeah, we can pick these back up. Okay, so let's go to our number 5, which is our machine. So the output is... So I'm going to need to rotate it. Because we need the output to come this side. Which it is. And then I need a belt coming from the top. So that is my slope, and I don't think I picked them up. And that is on my number 4. So we're coming from the belt here, so it has to go up like that. So it does look like I'm going to need another diagonal. We'll do one process at a time, and when it tells us to add something else, I think I might need to take another one out. Pack you up. Pick you up. We'll clear the floor and all the mess up in a minute. And again, forgot to pick it up. So let's go back and pick it up. Because you've got no inventory, you can only have like 10 items on you. Because that's all the bar room you've got at the bottom. I did something and I got rid of my HUD. How do I resume? Okay, so I can still use my bar, but for some reason I've pressed a key. I don't know what key I've pressed. But that looks like that's working. Okay, tabs inventory. So I heard a crushing sound then. And now we're starting to get some crushed ore out. There, P. For some reason, P takes your HUD off. Okay, and we've got a lot of stuff on the floor. So at the moment, let's pick it all up. Now, it is saying it wants coal, not push coal. So we need to sort out the coal, really. So I might have needed to give myself a little more space then, but if I need to, I'll rotate things around. We can just do manual, this coal one at the moment. But that's getting us a good amount of money in. We're getting a good amount of this stuff. Now, unfortunately, I will need that... Did we have access to buying that machine yet? Not under there. Sorter conveyor. That's the one I need. So at the moment, we don't need the crushed coal, so I need to make sure I filter the coal out. So how big's this? It is 1. So I could technically put it there. If I take that belt out, and then we'll figure out... It looks like it's got an hopper on the top, so I'm guessing you put an item in the top. And have you got an arrow out the side? You have. So it would come out that way, the coal would. So we could filter the coal down the side, underneath, and then have a second line coming here. So before I filter it out at the moment, I think what I'm going to do is, now we know roughly what we need. We need a belt. We need at least 1 corner there, 2 corners here, 3 corners here, and 4 corners there. And we've got the money coming through as a regular thing, so I need 4 corners. Probably going to need a lot of straights. So yeah, let's just spend all our money on belts again. Okay, your bar can go above the 10, so that's good to see. So let's start with... We want the coal to be coming into here. And yeah, that will work. So we want the coal to be coming from this line around the inside. Do it as tight as possible at the moment. I might need to split it later. So let's get our corner pieces in first. Then I want to come round underneath the machine if it will allow me to. So that corner's going to have to go there. Okay, it doesn't like you walking underneath the belt, so I'm going to have to jump over. And then this corner is going to have to be coming in like that. Brilliant. Now we should be able to put our straights on. Just need to make sure the arrows are going the right way. So the things will be filtering from this side. Okay, that's going the wrong way, so we have to reverse it. That's going the right way. And that's going the wrong way. So all the belts are running from here all the way. One of these belts are wrong. That one's wrong. Because you can see it coming in. Just seeing it. And this one's wrong as well. So let's try and get them corners back in again. I just don't want the mess on the floor. That's why I've kept the machine running while I'm trying to do this. So yeah, we want it to be coming in and continuing. That's working fine now. And then we want this to be going into the bin, which it works fine now as well. So if we're putting it here, I'm going to need 1 more corner. But the good thing in the background, the game has been earning me money. So let's have a look at that machine again. So yeah, if I put that machine in there, I can have it at the same height. Okay, so I need my corner again. So we want to go from here, and I want it to be coming out into the... That's right. That's right. And then we'll try and connect these 2 belts up, which are straights, which is you. And that belt's all running, and it's all going the right way. So all I need to do now is to remove this piece and put my machine in. Let's pack you up, put the machine in, and let's pick you up. We'll use you at some point later on. So I need coal in here. So I need to interact with you. Okay. Now, because coal can be crushed coming out of these things, and it can be all we're going to need to put both. Okay, you don't seem to want to go. So it's in the basket. So anything that is crushed coal should be coming out the side. And I'm just trying to find a coal there. So let's see if this is working. So on this belt now should be coal coming out. Just need to wait for the miner, and then we can worry about getting the second miner up as soon as we get to the next 500. Absolutely fantastic. So the coal's going to be going underneath the other belt, and the coal's going to be sold. So at least that second quest we're going to be doing, and the first quest is adding up. So now we just need to get money. So is there a lantern about? I think I saw one yet. Let's take this. And I should be able to just, yep, off the bar. Now at the moment, we're not taking the gems out. So we could really do with taking gems out. So how would I do that without disrupting the line? I think I would have to move you one slot over. And have another one of these machines here. We could put a line out here and have the gems going this way. And just have them piling up on the floor, because we don't see many gems coming through. And I think that's that popping sound I've heard occasionally. So I'm just trying to think how to do this without disrupting it. I could move you over one. It seems to pass through there, but would it pass? Yeah, I heard a crush. Oh, okay. Yeah, the crushings are actually when it crashes down. I need to see a gem coming out, and at the moment I'm not seeing it. So I'm thinking moving you over one and move the belt over one is probably the best idea. Then I can have a gem line coming out the side here. Round the back and coming in this side. So we need to purchase a lot of belts. So I would need to purchase one belt here for a corner. Corner here. And a corner here. So I need at least 3 corners. We still got 11 straight, so I'll leave off ordering some more, because I do want to get another miner up as soon as we can. Actually, I'm going to purchase some, because I've only got 11. Let's purchase another 4. That gives me 15 to play with. Get this belt set up, and once it's set up, then we can go out exploring. Okay, so we want that to be going in. I just need to make sure it's going the right way. It is. Then I would want a corner. Actually, there's a miner slot here by the looks of it, so I don't want to put a machine. That might actually still work. Just need to make sure it's lined up with that. Hopefully that doesn't stop a miner, and I think that should work. Put a bunch of straights across here. And again, just checking my arrows are going the right way all the time. Get that belt all fine. And then we want a corner piece here. All still travelling the right way, that's fine. And then we want to move this over one slot. So I want to take that one up. Unfortunately, coal will go on the floor, but that's fine. And then we just need to put them back in our inventory. Put the corner piece back on, which is our number 5. And then we need to take out this and this. Hopefully it works this close. But if not, it's not that hard to change it. Get our machine back up, which was there. It means I'm going to have to put the pieces of coal back in the top as well to filter it. And we would need a second machine. So at the moment, I think I'm just going to be putting a straight on just to keep this running. And then I want to pick up... You look like coal. Drop you, and I need to find a crushed one, which might be easier. Actually, no, there shouldn't be too many crushed on the belt. Might be easy just to use my magnet, get all the pieces out here, and then see if I can. There, that's going to be the crushed coal. Let's put you into there. No, just drop you into there. Let's just make sure the line's working again. Coal's going through. I just need to make sure. A bit tight on there, so I do really want to be moving this over one. But it is still getting up there. But it is definitely tight, so it looks like you want to straight after one of these machines. But again, just testing what you can and can't do. We'll set that up ready. As soon as we can get another machine, we'll put it in there. And then I want to see about moving this over one. Which won't be that hard to do. I want to keep my belt as compact as I can. But eventually we might need to be changing stuff around. So let's take you up. Take you up. Then I want to pick both you up. Put them on my bar. Get the machine back down as quick as we can. Which has to be rotated that way. And then we need to take these two down as well. No, I want to pick this up. Okay, let's get them diagonals back in. And make sure they're the right way. Or was it R to rotate? The arrows are going up. Arrows are going up, and then we need to put that straight in because the game doesn't seem to like it if you have this machine on a corner. That's a lot more smoother now. So everything still should be coming out the same. Let's just move that out and have a look. And a nice compact system at the moment. Yeah, crushed is coming out. We're 186 to 500 on that quest. We're nearly up to the next miner. Coal's coming out into there. And any gemstones should be coming down here. And we've got a bit of space because it did say we could polish gemstones. So we've got a little bit of space to work with here. And if we need to, we can move these belts out and do something. So the next thing I want is a machine here before I get the next miner. So what have we got access to? We've got access to the hammer now. I'm not in a rush to buy that. Unless it's telling me to. We've got access to ore analyzers. Do I want to go with another auto miner before I start? Now, where I've got my sorters, I haven't got much space for me to feed in. So I am going to have to think about a different solution. Maybe move some of the machines down. I think I want to get the sorter first. Yeah, we'll get the sorter. It won't take long before we're back up to that 500. Got some stuff on the floor here I can sell. So we want the sorter to be in here. And then we need gemstones, which it looks like we've got a gemstone there. I haven't seen... Well, that's probably diamond. I haven't seen the emerald in that case. So yeah, let's take this up. Wait for that one to go through. Pack it, try and be as quick as I can. Get the machine down. Let's get one of these in. At least it will sort these diamonds out. Do I want to be sending these diamonds through? Because it is... Oh, actually, yes, I am. Sorry, I'm just trying to drop it. So any gems should be coming through here. I need to find the other type of gem. Because he did say there was diamonds and something else I could get access to. So yeah, I have caused myself a little bit of a problem here. Now the problem I've caused myself is everything's got to feed onto this one belt here. Because I've got my sorting machines here. So I've not done this in the best possible way. I could move the crusher over one more, but then you'll be straight onto a corner. Being as though it's crushing it into smaller pieces, I'm okay with probably doing that. Move all the machines down one, and then that way it will give me a 2 space to feed something on. So where's the next miner I would want? I think the next miner was somewhere over here, wasn't it? Wasn't it here? And unfortunately, this would have to feed all the way back down to here. Looks a bit tight to get a belt on there. Maybe if we do a raised one. Just try and have a look at the gems, what's coming out. Maybe this can only give the one type of gem and not both. We could actually just send all this onto one line. We don't need to. I think if I put all these 3 parts in here. Let's deposit one of these gems and see what it is. Doesn't look green enough to be an emerald. So that is a diamond, okay. And it has given us a good amount of money. Up 641 up to 689, so about 48 a diamond. That's actually quite nice. So we've got a lot of stuff on the floor here. Let's try and have a bit of a tidy up. Now unfortunately the way they've got the belt set, I've got to put everything on this side because it's got to be filtered. Just need to make sure it's not taking the stuff out of the baskets from the top. No, still got my 2 bits in there and I've still got my 1 bit in there. Now I could also move the iron over here if I need to. I've got all this space to play with. Let's get the next miner down. I want to get 1 this time. Okay, so let's purchase the miner first. We're going to be needing more belts because I'm nearly out. But let's get the miner first. Which was auto miner. We haven't got access to the blast furnace yet. We haven't got access to the polishing machine. So if we can get the gems sorted, we'll get a polishing machine. And the crushed iron, we'll speed that up in a minute. So because I want to put this on a more iron-based node. This auto miner we're purchasing. I also want to be purchasing some more straights. 10 straights comes up to 700. That's used most of my money. I think I'm happy with that. Well, that's strange because my items are stuck up the top. Well, that's a bit of a bug. Just make sure it took my money. Yeah, all my money's gone and my items haven't dropped down. How do I even get up there to get them? Can I use a magnet to get it? Well, that's a major bug. And I don't know how far the autosave goes back. This is why I wanted it. Maybe if I order one more thing, it will push it down. But then it could also... Okay, we managed to get them down by purchasing something else. But yeah, that definitely needs to get fixed. I love it when automation just actually works. Just trying to get all the little bits hanging round. And we need to get this into this slot here. There, it's all getting fed through. Nice, quiet and relaxing at the moment. So, okay, let's get our next miner up. Is that going to be 4? No, that's my lantern. There, 5. So I've got 3 spots up here I can use. That's iron. It will give me emeralds. That will give me emeralds and iron. But no diamonds. And that gives iron coal, crushed iron, and diamonds and no emeralds. I need one that can do emeralds. There's 2 more over here. So you won't do emeralds. And you will, but it won't give me diamonds. But it will give me a massive amount of iron. So yeah, I think I want you down there. Okay, can we turn you off? Because as great as it's you working... Yeah, we can turn you off, that's fine. Turn you off for the moment. Now we've got to feed this part all the way round into this part here. Just trying to get this on the right part of the belt, otherwise my system won't work. But yeah, I haven't really left myself enough. I might need to fix this, to be honest. I'm just trying to think. It's coming down. Let's look how these go round. They're only small bits. I'm pretty certain this will work on a corner. So yeah, if I move these all down 1, it will give me then a 2 belt selection I can feed into. So I could have a feed in this side and a feed from the other side. Just trying to think in my head how to do it. Okay, so let's get a sloped conveyor. Do I even need... I think just a bunch of... yeah, I will need it. Yeah, I need a sloped. I've got a bunch of straights already. And I've got a bunch of corners already. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Did I not press purchase or something? I didn't press purchase this time. Actually started working again. So let's see if we can do it with the existing line we've got at the moment. So with the curved one, I want it to be going here, and it won't go there. Because what I was thinking is having the stuff dropping on this belt. So yeah, the rock's in the way. I could do it at that height. Where do you drop? Okay, so you're in the wrong place. And I'm just doing everything in reverse again. I think if I have you... Got you in the wrong place again. And while we're trying to work all this out, the money's still coming in. So probably there, is it? Yeah, you will come off there, drop onto that belt. So I am going to need another angled. So I have not left myself much here, much room. I wanted to be as compact as possible and make it look nice. But I think that's gone against me. Of course we didn't pick the item up. I say we, it's me. I forgot to pick the item up. Still haven't seen any gem things coming through. But I still think that that probably can't do emeralds. Okay, so we want to rotate this so it's connected to that. Now I've got to somehow get this connected to here. We could go over the rock, or I could come under it. Do I want to have the belts running still as tight as possible? Probably. I think the easiest way is going round this. So yeah, we'll do that. We want straight. And it needs to be the other way because it needs to be coming from the machine. And at least then I can feed other lines onto this belt. I haven't got a... And then we've already got this set up. So yeah, that's fine. So we want a chute going there and a chute going there. I'm going to need a corner. Running the right way. Then we're going to need a corner here. That's the right way. And I'm going to need a corner running this way. And then a couple of straights. Rotate you round. I think I've got just enough belts to do what I want. Yep, that's the right way, right way, right way. So it's going to be coming from this machine, coming round here. Bit convoluted, up onto the top here, dropping onto that belt, then going into the crushers. And then at the into the sorters, then into the crushers. So yeah, I think I'm happy for you to get turned on, and then we'll see if that actually works. Now, again, I will need to change this around because there's no way everything's going to be fed onto one belt. One sort of slot. Unless there's a way to block this up to stop them from falling off. But these miners are slow enough. I think it's going to work. So yeah, you've got ores coming up. We should still be filtering the coal and the diamonds out at the moment. Still looking for an emerald. So I'm just watching yet. Coal's still going out the side and only iron's going up there. Which is perfect. And the small ones is because this machine said it can do... You can get crushed, not just full ores. Nothing's overflowing off the belt. And that's all running smooth. So we're nearly up to enough for another miner. And then we can do the same. Get something else, and this time we can feed it onto this belt. But I'm still looking for an emerald because I need one in that sorter. I mean, I could remove this and have all my gems, but we still need the gems for the mission. And I think that's a great place to call it for the first episode. Now, from what I believe, the demo is only about 3 to 5 hours long, depending on how you play it. So we'll split this up in probably about 3 or 4 parts. What I've seen so far, I'm enjoying. Hopefully I'll see you all back in the next episode. Thank you very much, everybody, for watching.